Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm in a gallery-filled town on the East Coast known for its historic charm and scenic riverfront views. So let's decide together whether you should trip it or skip it in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Nestled along the banks of the Delaware River, New Hope, Pennsylvania is a small town with a lot of personality. It was founded in the early 1700s and is now home to just over 2,500 residents. Its scenic location draws visitors from all over, but we'll form our own opinion today. So starting out the day, things are definitely quiet around here. It's still early, but I do think as the day goes on, it's going to get quite busy. I actually saw a car show on my way into town this morning, so I'm expecting crowds from that. But I'm gonna start off with grabbing some coffee and then continue my stroll here along the river to start the morning off. So full transparency, I've actually been to New Hope one time before this, and I didn't get to really explore the town because I was coming just for an evening to see a friend who was starring in a play at the Bucks County Playhouse. But I was just kind of taken with how charming this town was, so I knew that I had to do a trip it or skip it video on it and really get to experience a lot more of the town and see if it is worth a trip here for not only you guys, but me again. The Bucks County Playhouse is a historic theater located right on the river's edge and was converted into a theater in 1939 from its original form of a grist mill dating back to the 1790s. Over the decades, it's welcomed everyone from Grace Kelly to Liza Minnelli. Today, it remains a major draw of New Hope, bringing in visitors for its Broadway caliber shows. If you do come to New Hope, go see something at the Bucks County Playhouse. It's a really awesome theater. The quality of the shows are top notch. Unfortunately, there's nothing playing today, so I couldn't see anything, but I've also already done that, so I'm really excited to just kind of see what else this town has to offer. I'm gonna head on over before it gets too hot to the Bowman's Hill Tower and the Bowman's Hill Wildflower Preserve and see what they are all about. Honestly, the climb was not that bad. You can do it even with a broken elevator. And I even got my sticker. Bowman's Hill Tower offers one of the most breathtaking panoramic views in Bucks County. Built in the 1930s as a tribute to George Washington's troops, it stands near the site where the Continental Army camped before the legendary crossing of the Delaware.
A climb to the top, 125 feet above the Delaware River, will show you a beautiful landscape and a piece of American history. I think I can even see Bowman's Hill Wildflower Preserve from here, our next stop. Bowman's Hill Wildflower Preserve is a 134-acre botanical garden devoted exclusively to native plants located just a few miles south of the center of New Hope. Founded in 1934, the preserve contains over 700 plant species that thrive in its forests, meadows, wetlands, and ponds. With about 4.5 miles of walking trails, you could easily spend hours here admiring the lush landscape. I even saw a couple get engaged while I was here.
While it's nicely maintained, the staff is really friendly, I think I've yet to see a wildflower. I mean, there's a nursery at the front when you come in, but besides that, I haven't seen any flowers. It's just kind of like woods. It was like $12 to get in. I'm not exactly sure if I'm sold on the Bowman's Hill Wildflower Preserve as a stop. I did read though that there's like 110 different species of birds in these preserves, so maybe if you're a bird watcher this would be a great spot to come, but maybe not so much for wildflowers. Anyway, I think that's enough woods for me, so I'm gonna head back into town for our next stop at the New Hope Railroad. You saw my Eureka Springs, Arkansas video, you know I missed the scenic ride through the Ozark Mountains. However, I am happy to report that the New Hope Railroad is open for the season.
The New Hope Railroad is a vintage heritage train that gives scenic rides through the Bucks County countryside. Operating out of a 19th century station in the heart of town, it gives visitors a nostalgic glimpse into Pennsylvania's railroad past. With restored passenger cars and seasonal excursions, it's one of New Hope's most iconic attractions.
Welcome, baby.
Well, that was a fun ride. I sat on the outdoor car, and the best part was that I got to stand on the outside back platform. That was the coolest part. So totally worth it, about 50 bucks, 45 minutes, but it takes you on a beautiful tour of kind of the Pennsylvania countryside. At this point, I've kind of worked up an appetite, so I'm gonna head back and look for a place to eat. So heading back to town, I stumbled upon the tow canals, and it's so cool because just a minute over from the main street through town are these canals. And there's like these little homes off of the canals too, like little patios that people sit off of. It's really cute. And there goes the train again.
Once used by mule teams to pull cargo boats, these trails now offer miles of peaceful walking and biking paths beneath the trees. It's quiet, calm, and one of the easiest ways to get completely immersed in the natural beauty of New Hope.
Well, I just met the loveliest woman working or taking care of Lock House number 11, and she told me that this canal is on the National Registry of Historic Places, which is really neat, and I just stumbled across it. It's so funny, but I found that in small towns, bikers love them. I don't know what it is, but there's always bikers. Oh look, here comes them now. Told ya, don't know what it is. Alright, so Stella's is just opposite the Bucks County Playhouse across the lawn, and it looks like a great little spot to have lunch, so let's check it out and see if the food's any good. So lunch was okay. The service was awesome. The food was, yeah, whatever. It wasn't the best. It wasn't horrible. There's actually a lot more going on right now. So now I'm gonna head over the New Hope Lambertville pedestrian bridge over to Lambertville, New Jersey.
Just across the Delaware River is Lambertville, New Jersey. It's connected to New Hope by the walkable New Hope Lambertville pedestrian bridge. Constructed in 1904, this bridge still remains a beautiful and functional link between the two vibrant towns after more than a century. While these two towns are both charming in their own right, they also have very different vibes. On one side, New Hope is lively and artsy, known for its theaters, boutique shops, and colorful energy. Cross the bridge into Lambertville and things slow down a bit, with antique stores, art galleries, and more elevated dining. The walk across the bridge is just a few minutes, but it feels like stepping between two different worlds. And of course, it gives you more to explore in this town.
So I really thought Lambertville was gonna feel kind of like an extension of New Hope, but it kind of feels like it has its own personality over here. I don't know. And it's also kind of cool that you can walk from Pennsylvania to New Jersey in like 5 minutes. Let's head back over to the New Hope side and check out our next spot.
Built around 1784 by Benjamin Parry, known as the father of New Hope, this mansion has been home to 5 generations of the Parry family. Today, it's operated by the New Hope Historical Society as a decorative arts museum. When researching New Hope, the Parry Mansion topped many must-see lists.
I didn't realize, but the Parry Mansion only gives tours on the hour, and that's the only way you can see the mansion. So I couldn't just go in, and unfortunately, I'm on a time crunch because I have other places to be. So next time I'm in New Hope, that will be my first stop.
Open from late June through April, Solebury Orchards is a family-owned farm spanning roughly 80 acres in New Hope. Visitors can pick their own fruit depending on what's in season, or browse their market for fresh produce and delicious homemade goods.
I had a little extra time before my next stop, so I decided to stop by the Solebury Orchard, and I'm so glad I did because it's beautiful here.
Shining bright and it's going my way. Birds in the sky and I'm singing it loud. Love is all around and I'm floating away with you.
Well, I had to get myself some frozen apple cider because it's hot. Also got myself an apple cider donut because I love them. What a nice day here. So I booked a tubing session to float down the Delaware River because I thought it would be a nice way to kind of cool off after a long day of walking around New Hope. So this should be fun. I haven't done this in a long time.
If you're looking to add a little adventure to your New Hope visit, River Country Tubing offers a fun and relaxing way to experience the beautiful Delaware River. Rent a tube, kayak, or paddleboard and float down the gentle current while taking in the scenic river views. It's a perfect way to cool off in the summer and enjoy nature without too much effort.
So I get a little weirded out by like snakes, and I'm always weirded out with like lakes or rivers because I'm always thinking snakes are in there. And I know there are snakes in here, like whatever, but we're moving so quickly that I don't even like think about it. And the water's actually really clear actually, so I can see the bottom. It's probably like a foot deep. It's not deep like at all, at least where I am right now. So it's really nice today. Kind of hot in this life jacket. Nobody else on the bus had a life jacket, and I'm the only person that grabbed one. Now I see why. I never went to camp as a kid, but I'd imagine that's what it would have been like. It did end up lasting almost 3 hours actually. It's kind of like lazy river most of the way, a few small rapids, and at the end you got to paddle for your life to get back to the shore. But it was a good time. Well, I definitely got sunburnt, But I have one more bonus stop, and technically it's about 10 minutes outside of New Hope, but Peddler's Village looked really cool and like something I didn't want to miss. So I'm gonna check that out before heading back.
Peddler's Village is a charming countryside shopping area with over 60 specialty shops, boutiques, and restaurants set within colonial-style buildings and landscaped gardens. It hosts seasonal festivals, live entertainment, and family-friendly events year-round, making it a great place to wind down your visit with some shopping, dining, or just strolling through its storybook setting.
I don't know what I was expecting this place to be like, but I feel like I just stepped into Disneyland. So after exploring canal trails, a wildflower preserve, and the Delaware River by tube, only one question remains. Should you trip it or skip it? For me, it's a trip it. I mean, there are plenty of New England towns to explore, but it's such an easy trip if you're in Philadelphia, and the area is so beautiful, why not try it out? I was only here for a day and I had it packed full of activities, but I could have easily made a weekend trip out of it. And if you do decide to make a weekend trip out of it, there are plenty of inns and Airbnbs for you to stay at. Now, there are a few other places that I didn't get a chance to explore that you might want to check out if that's your thing.
Rice's Market, Bucks County's oldest and largest flea and farmers market, the Creeper Gallery, a Gothic-themed art and curiosity shop supposedly featuring haunted relics, Nakashima Woodworkers Gallery featuring handcrafted furniture by George Nakashima and his daughter Mira, or Farley's Bookshop, a welcoming indie bookstore that's been a Main Street fixture since 1967.
So as you can see, there truly is something for everyone. But what did you think about New Hope? Let me know in the comments below. Would you trip it or skip it? Well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts with me below. I'll catch you in the next town.